Hi, if you enjoy this clip, please visit my YouTube channel, Russ's One Idea Podcast. Peace out.
All right. Today I'm with Adam Wilson, 5-0 in MMA, 4 fights for Cagewarriors, fighting on Cagewarriors 115 on the 25th against Wesley Meyer, is it?
Yep, sure is.
Pleased to speak to you today. How's it going, training, mate?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a great camp. Everything's fell into place about the right time. Peaking at the right time. No injuries, no little niggles. Nothing. I couldn't have asked for a better camp for this one.
Wicked. Are you someone who does camps, or are you just in the gym all the time?
Well, I'm in the gym all the time, but when I do camps, I free up more time to train more. I think I'll probably do an extra 4 or 5 hours a week training. But apart from that, no, I do train all year round. It's just by like 12 weeks out, I'll try and add an extra 6-7 hours, something like that.
Mm-hmm. How about weight? How much weight do you cut? Do you cut a lot?
Well, no, not really. Well, at the start of lockdown, I think I was touching about 80 kilograms because I remember, I know it's a lot of weight. I weighed myself about, I think it must have been about 8 weeks ago, and I was 77, and that's the highest. I don't normally weigh myself at all, mate. So yeah, I've looked at the scales and I've been 77 kg. My heart sank a bit. I thought, whoa, I don't think I've ever been this heavy, and that was even after I'd been training for another 5 weeks. So I think I'll probably at the start of this, coming back after lockdown, I was probably touching about 80 kilos.
So I seen you, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago, and you were lean then. So
yeah, I'm even leaner now, very lean now.
So what's your week look like? How much strength and conditioning do you do against grappling, against striking?
So I've got 2 hours a week working on strength and conditioning. It's either lifting with circuits involved, and then I've got 3 hours a week cardio. So hill sprints twice a week, and I make sure I run every single day. So Monday to Saturday I'll do a run. So I only really have the Sunday off from not doing anything.
What day is the day you go, oh, I'm not looking forward to this day? Which day is that for you? Or do you like everything?
Probably a Wednesday, I'd say. Yeah, because I think on a Wednesday, it's just, I've got hill sprints in the morning, then I've got a striking class at 10, then I've got a wrestling class at 11, and then I've got striking again, my own pad session at 6 in the night. But it's my favourite days are days where I've got strength and conditioning on, or I've got sparring on. So yeah, my favourite days are Tuesday, Thursday. That's when we spar, and that's when I do strength and conditioning as well in the same day. So it's a hard day. It's only 2 sessions on them days, including a 40-minute run. But yeah, Tuesday and Thursdays are my favourite days.
Where do you do your hill sprints? They're a killer, aren't
they? Do you know Everton Hills?
Everton Hills.
By on Netherfield Road, it is.
No, I'm only fucking up. When I come back to Liverpool and I seen you, I didn't know where I was. I used to work in Liverpool for, I don't know, about 5 years. I didn't recognise it because it's been about 10, 12 years since I've been in the town centre, and I'm like,
yeah, changes quite a lot.
The live building and that, it's okay, and it's sort of got the docks, but it's I was lost.
Everything. Yeah, it's mad because I'm even like that. I was only walking around by man, and when all the hay is, this is only 2-3 weeks ago. I was like, where's the hospital gone? Last time I'd walked down there was a hospital there, and I was like, oh my god, no way, the hospital's gone.
That's it.
Yeah, there's a brand new one now. Yeah, there's a new one, but the old one, the one that I went to and stuff when we were kids, that's gone. I didn't even know. It's been gone for a few years, but I didn't know. So, and town, in the middle of town, in the city centre, is even more changing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
Every
really
day, so.
didn't recognise it. Because I was walking from
Yeah.
Next Gen and I was going somewhere else and I'm like, fucking, what? I was really confused, man. So,
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
So what's his name now? Wesley Meyer. What do you know about him?
I don't know too much, to be honest. There's not too much footage on him. I know he's fought. His last fight was against someone I know. But yeah, he just seems pretty well rounded everywhere. All right striking, all right grappling, all right wrestling. You know, I haven't looked at him and thought, oh shit, there's something I've got to look out for here. He's very, very good at that. He just reminds me of, like, you know, your average typical MMA fighter, good all round. Got his strengths, got his weaknesses, but yeah, I mean, I'm not looking at him as if this is just pretty. It's just a fight to me. I'm not looking at him as if I'm not picking him up to be anything. He's not. Yeah.
Because I went back and watched your fights, and especially the last two. You take risks, don't you, in your fights, like, you know, like jumping
Yeah,
into
definitely.
things,
I mean,
jumping into triangles, and you know, when you're doing things like that, which is quite cool. Like that back take of your last fight, wasn't it? Your back, where he took his back and choked him out. That was a great transition. That was. Is that something you practice, or you just jump into that, seeing it was there?
No, do you know what? I've always wanted to be like an entertaining fighter. So if the opportunity presents itself for me to jump on a flying armbar, flying triangle, flying back take, whatever it is, I will attempt it. I'd like to think my level of, like, explosiveness and grappling is good enough that if it fails, I can get myself back to my feet and I'm back in there. You know, I know a lot of people don't like taking risks. Like, I don't know, let's say for instance, like pulling got like attempted flying triangle because they're going to end up on the back. But you know, I like to think I'm good enough off my back to, if it fails, to go to a plan B, plan C. So yeah, I've always wanted to be entertaining, and I think the majority of my fights, even from amateur, have been quite entertaining.
Yeah, because that's like, whoa, fuck yeah! when you go for that, and I just love the way you took that back. It was like he grabbed your leg, did he, and then you spun around on him and took that and choked him out quite quick, like. And you don't see that a lot, do you? People moving like that and doing them transitions. Was jiu-jitsu your first sport, or did you just come straight into MMA?
No, I literally hated jiu-jitsu when I first started. I remember my coach Paul Rimmer every day. We do like the MMA class, and then jiu-jitsu would be last, and I'd just always get off. I'd just leave the gym, and every day he'd collar me and say, "Why aren't you doing jiu-jitsu? Like, you need to start doing it." So I did do it, and I do like it. It's just I prefer like hitting people, basically, and and I like wrestling. But yeah, I mean, I do love jiu-jitsu, of course I do. I love the whole, I love everything about MMA. It's probably my least favourite thing to do, but still favourite as well at the same time, because I am good at it. I've got the perfect build for jiu-jitsu, long limbs, long skinny limbs. So yeah, it's pulled me off the shit every time.
I remember training, I'm quite chunky, training with, I think it was some German kid, and he had these skinny arms, man. And he'd just be practicing chokes, and you'd be like, "Fucking hell, that hurts."
Yeah, it's always the long, skinny people always seem to have the hardest work with them.
Yeah, his chokes would just kill us, man. It just hurt straight away. More so than choking you out, like, it was weird.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pure bone, isn't it?
Yeah. How are you doing? Do you train in the gi or not, or do you just train no gi all the time?
No, do you know what? I think I've literally, in my whole life, I must have done about 30 hours worth of gi. Everything I do is no gi. I've literally put the gi on like 3 times.
Do they do gi classes at Next Gen?
Yeah, they do. I think it's on 3 times a week. If I remember correctly, I think there's 3 gi sessions a week. Yeah.
I I don't like gi. Like, it's too easy to get tapped out with a gi on. You can't use
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I don't like it the way people grab onto you. I don't like the holding. I think it's a lot more slowed down. Whereas I like fast, like everything fast, and then pulling me collar and me belt and stuff.
Yeah,
So yeah,
things around your head and all that stuff.
yeah, I'm not into it. It's a lot more slowed down for me. I like to be fast and aggressive and stuff.
So how long have you been training for?
10 years. 10 years.
So is it, what are you, 26 or 27 now?
I'm 27, literally turned 27 last week.
Oh shit, yeah, because I said happy birthday. That was when I started talking to you again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, sometimes
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's a long time, very long time.
Yeah.
I think back. What?
Oh, go on. You think back?
Oh no, I think back to like the very early days, and then it literally feels like yesterday. But I think, I'm like 10 years deep into this. But yeah, it feels like only yesterday I walked into the gym. I just forget how many, because that much stuff happens. The years just go nowhere.
Where did you start training? It was Next Gen Open 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's been. I think Next Gen's been going for about 15 years.
Okay. So that's the
Yeah,
only
it's been
place
going.
you can train?
Yeah. I've been there from day one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you been over to the States or anything to train, or just stayed there?
Yeah, I've been quite a lot of places to train. I've been over to America. I've been to Thailand, Hawaii. I've been to I've every holiday I've been on, I've always trained. I've always went to their gyms and trained and sparred and stuff. Yeah.
Where was the best place? Where did you like the most?
Where did I like the
Or what did
most?
you like? Oh, an easier question maybe is, what did you like about each place, like America, Hawaii, and Thailand?
Hawaii was probably the best. The people there was the nicest. They just spoke that they were just dead nice. The worst was probably San Francisco. I went to Gilbert Melendez's gym, and there was some Thai coach, and he was just chatting absolute shite. He didn't know what he was talking about. And then I just remember thinking to myself in one of his sessions, I thought, oh my God, I'm getting out of here.
What was that? Just an MMA session? Or?
No, it was a Thai boxing session, just Thai.
Was it a Thai coach?
I think he was the Thai. I think so. Just didn't have a clue. I remember thinking to myself, I can't wait to get out of here. I've done a few sessions there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
was Gil there?
Was yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was there. There was quite a few people there. There's quite a few people. I'm not too clued up on like MMA fighters and stuff, but I remember recognising a few faces. But I just couldn't tell you the names.
Do you watch much UFC or anything like that, or Bellator?
Not really. Do you know what? As of lately, I have kept my eye out a little bit more for it. I've always preferred to watch like the UK scene, like Cagewarriors and stuff, because that's where I am. Do you know what I mean? So I always knew I'd end up in this little circuit, so I always kept my eye out on them sort of fighters instead of like UFC.
Well, hopefully you'll be looking in that direction soon, like.
What, UFC?
Oh yeah, that competition.
Yeah,
you know, because what?
Yeah, definitely.
What? 5-0 now. You're 6-0. The main event of the card that you're on is what? Jack and Gerardo. And
yeah.
Who would you say is ahead of you if out of that after that fight?
Probably the winner of that fight, of the main event, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Jack will go the UFC after this one. He's entertaining as well, isn't he? So, if he went to UFC, then I'd probably have to fight someone else.
Who do you think wins that fight? That Jack or Gerardo?
Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, I think. I haven't seen, not on really on But then saying that, a few people have actually said to me the person Jack's fighting is actually very good.
Mhm.
But what I seen, I thought, oh yeah, Jack's gonna knock him out. But I couldn't tell you. I couldn't. I'd rather Jack win.
Mhm.
I'd rather he won. I haven't got nothing personal against him. Like, if he wins, it'd take me hat off to him. He won. If he hangs around in Cagewarriors and I win, he's gonna have to fight me, surely. But yeah, we'll just see what happens on the night. See who wins what.
Yeah, having you both on the same card. Is there any other bantamweights on that card or not? I didn't really check.
No, I don't think. No, I haven't really even checked, to be honest, but I don't think so.
So that, for me, when I seen that you're on the same card as the championship fight, for me it meant two things. One, if one drops out, they'll be asking one of you two to step up, and because especially if you look at the UFC at the moment, fucking hell, people are dropping like flies, aren't they? That you can look at the card on a Thursday, and then you get to watch the fights on a Saturday. It's like totally different, And then and like a title eliminator for that fight, so you both had the fight at the same time, and then you'd both be ready at the next time as well. Like. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, stranger things have happened. I know that we're doing all these testing for Corona. I mean, imagine if his opponent tested positive and my opponent tested positive, then stuff like that could happen. Stuff like that has happened.
Yeah. How would you feel about a 5-round fight?
Yeah, I honestly don't think if me and Jack fought it'd go to 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that fight's gonna be a 5-round fight, but I'd like to say I was fit enough now for 5 rounds, definitely. It's just one of them things. If some way of some madness happening and that was who I ended up fighting, I think I'd be well prepared for it. Obviously, you can't turn down an opportunity like that anyway. So it doesn't matter if I'm prepared or not. There's no two ways about it. I'm fighting him on that night.
Yeah, because you've got to be there, haven't you? You know what I mean? If you say no, you might not get another chance, like, because they don't like things like that.
Well, I don't. There's no way on this earth I'd say no.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to. It's just the way it is. It's just got to be done. It'd probably be fate as well if something like that ended up happening. That's how I'd look at it. I'd be like, right, I was meant to fight and win or lose.
That was one of my first thoughts, because like just how mad it's been lately, and it's just like you never know, that could happen. Like, you know what I mean? And it's at least get the next time, win that fight, and then get the next title shot. Like so.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I've seen loads of fights recently getting pulled from the UFC where someone's tested positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, something like that's possible, but I'm just focusing on Wesley for now.
What is the testing? Do you know yet?
I don't have a clue.
Do you know if you have to go there, stay there for a while, or do you just get tested?
Yeah, I've got to. I think I've got a quarantine in the hotel from midday Tuesday until after the fight on Friday night. So I think I haven't been told properly what's happening yet, but I got the gist of it that's what it is. You go in there Tuesday midday, and I'm in there till Wednesday, Thursday the weigh-ins, Friday the fight. So I'm not too sure, to be honest.
There's fights Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, isn't there? And you're on the Friday. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the Friday. Yeah.
It's gonna be quite cool. How many people are going down from Next Gen?
Well, there's me, Nathan, and Adam and Matt who are fighting. So that's the 4 of us and 3 coaches: Ellis, Paul, and Si.
Okay. Can no one else go?
No. That's it. You're only allowed 2 cornermen per fight as well. Usually we're allowed 3, but I think it's 2 for this.
How are you feeling about fighting with no crowd there? Is that something that bothers you or not?
No, do you know what? I thought my first initial thought about that was, well, this is going to be a bit weird, but then I think back to when I was amateur and I was like the first, second fight of the night and there was no crowd there anyway. So I think it's just probably going to be like that. I fought in front of about 5 people. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me. If anything, it'll probably make me a bit more relaxed because I'm one of them people. I pick up on everything in the room. So if I've been in fights before and I've heard people screaming from the back of the room and I focused on that. So I probably might be a lot better if I'm not thinking of what's being said elsewhere. If it's just quiet.
So you listen to everything that's going on around you when you're fighting. You're not like oblivious to everything, if you know what I mean.
No. Well, yeah. I am fully focused on the fight, but every now and then I'll hear someone scream something, and I'll hear it. Do you know what I mean? I can hear people. But yeah. I think every fighter can. You just can't switch off. I couldn't look. I couldn't hear someone screaming and turn my head to look. I couldn't do nothing like that. But it does go in. I do hear people.
Yeah. I don't know. I only had 2 amateur fights, so I could hear my coaches, and that was it. Like, you know what I mean? But I couldn't. There wasn't anyone screaming in the crowd because there was no crowd. Like, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I suppose so. Yeah. Because when I looked at you, you always seem super relaxed, even in difficult situations. Which is, what are you like before you walk in the cage?
I think I'm just like the typical fighter, a bit of nerves. I have to remind myself that I've been here 1,000 times. You know, I always remember a saying that was, make sure you're comfortable in the uncomfortable positions. And you know, when I've been put in a few uncomfortable positions, I've literally slowed it down in my head and just said to myself, "Hang on, have a second here. Don't be rushing. Keeping me composure." So yeah, you know, I think if you panic, I know someone's had me back in one of my fights, and I was thinking, I remember that gut first instinct, like, oh my god, he's on me back. But then I had a little word with myself, and I was like, just relax your way out of this. Try not to get too worked up and explode too quick.
So that's when all your energy goes, isn't it? When you panic.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I've done it when I'm swimming, and it's like something's gone wrong, and then I panic, and then I'm fucking knackered.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what I mean?
I've used it in quite a few situations in my life, really, where I've just had to say to myself, "Oh, just hang on a minute, just calm down, just think your way out of stuff."
Yeah, it is difficult, like, and that comes from repetition of doing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean. Like, make sure before you fight that you're comfortable in them uncomfortable positions. Because they will come, people will put you in them. It's inevitable. It's bound to happen. I know it's going to happen to me again. But yeah, you just got to keep yourself composed. I think that's what separates people from being like amateur and professional, and just professional to like UFC. I think it's a lot of the composure. You know, I was probably the worst for that when I was younger. I'd get it with a good shot, whether it be in the gym or a fight, and I'd just go absolutely wild. I'd like to think now I've got it a bit more under control.
In what way? Trying to get it back, or?
Yeah, so basically, if someone had leg kicked me, yeah, let's say for instance, I'd take a good leg kick, I'd think in my head straight away, I'm gonna kick you back straight away. But that's not always the way to be. I mean, I understand the get hit and hit back, but yeah, you know, if someone leg kicks me, you don't have to just leg kick back straight away. You just think, okay, good shot, I'll get you again. I won't just rush it.
It's very Muay Thai, that, isn't it? With a lot of Muay Thai people, that leg kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of the coaches laugh at you if you do it now. I've noticed, like, Muay Thai.
Yeah. That's it.
Where did you train in Thailand?
Super Pro Samui, it was called.
Okay.
In Koh Samui. Yeah, I made sure I went there every day for 2 weeks. I went there. I just got up early every morning and went and done it at like 8 a.m. and then I'd had the rest of my day.
You like it there?
Yeah, it was lovely. I'd love to go. I'm gonna definitely go back there. I'd live there if I could. It's just a nice and much easier way of life.
Yeah, I live over there, and yeah, it's nice. That's why I like working. So,
oh, lucky.
Not at the moment. I can't get there.
No, yeah, you must be pulling your hair out.
Yeah, so
Not being able to get there.
It's going on longer and longer now, and I don't think it'll be this year. So we'll have to wait and see.
Really?
Yeah, no, not from what it says. Like, I think.
I know. Do you know what? I've had 2 holidays cancelled this year as well, so I don't even. My girlfriend keeps saying, "Let's book a holiday." But like, I don't like going to like your typical places. I like to go like far places, and like, I don't like going to just like Spain and Greece and them sorts of places. I like to go far, me.
Yeah, I was looking at other places I can go to, like, because I can stay here for 6 months. And if I have to go somewhere else, I was just looking at Costa Rica's open, and it's like, yeah, maybe wouldn't mind going over there and have a look there, like, see what's happening there.
Yeah, I could. Do you know what? I say this, I'll definitely end up getting roped into booking some sort of holiday. I need a break as well. This is probably the longest I've went without staying in Liverpool for, so I do need to get away.
Where were you meant to be going?
I was meant to be going to Dubai and Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah. Were you going to train while you were there, or do you not train when you go with your missus?
No, yeah, I would have done something. I don't really. I trained in Dubai a few years ago. I just went around a few gyms there, but there's I don't know what there'd be in Jamaica. I didn't even think of training in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Hit him up.
Oh yeah, is he? I didn't even know that.
I think he lives out there. Last time I seen him, but he's probably got a few places. Yeah. The amount of money he's got.
Yeah, I know.
So, what was it like for you growing up?
It was good. I had literally the best childhood any kid could ask for. Literally didn't want for nothing. Was always going on holidays, getting taken to places. Spoiled. We were spoiled kids, but I think my parents brought us up right. We got models, respect, know how to speak to people. Growing up I had one of the best childhoods a kid could ask for.
So what did they think about you getting into MMA?
I don't really. I think at the start my mum was a bit like, I think she thought it was a bit of a hobby, but I always knew. From the minute I started it, I knew it was going to be what I was going to do. I think it's only been over the last 2-3 years where they've actually went, yeah, this is it. Like, I'm not gonna be no plumber. I'm not gonna be no electrician. I'm always gonna have some sort of involvement in fighting and fitness. But yeah, they were a bit like, get a normal job. You need to be a plumber or something. I was like, nah, that's not for me. I can't get under floorboards 8 hours a day and be in lofts and all that stuff. I just can't do it.
So, excuse me, do they come to your fights?
Yeah, they've never missed a fight. This is literally going to be the very first fight they've not came to.
Nice one. That's nice that they support you and everything. They give you loads of support through this as well when you're coming up, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a very, very, very good supportive system of friends, definitely. One of my best mates, JP, literally picks me up 3 times a week at like 6, 7 a.m. just to take me to the hills to make sure to do them, and he does them with me. I've got people like that around me, so there's like, I couldn't ask for it. I haven't got no mates around me that just want to get me out drinking and stuff, really. Obviously I've got people like that, and it's nice to see them after me fights, But the likes of like JP, who's also my personal trainer, he will not let me do nothing like that. He makes sure he'll come and pick me up and take me home.
Okay, wicked.
So
where do you go out when you go out in Liverpool?
All over. Well, I tend to stick around Victoria Street ways. I like it around there better. Just seems to be full of Scousers. I know Seal Street and that's all students and out of towners. So yeah, I stick to the places where I know.
So how about footy?
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't name 3 players that play for Liverpool. No, I don't.
Liverpool, no. So you're out of all that.
Well, yeah, no, when football comes up in the gym, take me out of that conversation because I don't have a clue. I literally don't have a clue. And now, if a footy player walked in this room right now, I wouldn't know. I'm just not interested in it. I've just got no interest. I don't like the way they just fall to the floor, get a bit of water, and then back up crying, hit the shin. Yeah, I just don't like it.
What do you do when you're not training?
Just go out for food and stuff. Go shopping. I'm always doing something. I've always got something to do. But like going to the pub and watching the match, that's just not one of them. I'll go out and I'll have a meal with my mates. Go out and have a few drinks a night out with them. Spend a lot of time with my girlfriend. Yeah, I just like the quiet life now, to be honest. I just like potting around over a weekend. Like today, I've been into town, went round a few shops. Yeah, just quiet life, to be honest. I've always had holidays coming up, so I've always thought, I won't really go out this weekend. I'd rather just save and just have a full blowout when I go on holiday.
So, do you get recognised much around town?
Yeah, quite a bit now. Quite a few people have actually come up to me in town and on nights out and that and just talk about me fights and that. Sometimes I can't get away from it. I never tell anyone that I fight professionally because I hate the same questions. So what do you do? Do you karate? And then someone always goes, my cousin's best friend's a world champion. And then I sit there just thinking, always, So yeah, I just sometimes get bored of the questions. Who you fighting next? When's your next fight? What's your way? I like to, when I'm not in the gym, I like to get away with it. But yeah, quite a few people it does happen quite often, like.
Oh, that's good, because when I was back, it still seems, I don't know, a bit backward with a lot of people about MMA. Because if you say to me cage fighting still comes up all the time in the UK for some reason when I speak to people.
Yeah.
Whether it's just a lot of my mates who aren't involved in it and things, or the people I speak to, but they all still say cage fighting, which is like, yeah, but it's there's still a lot of that vibe around what I've noticed. So.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, people don't really. It's quite a few people do say about cage fighter. Oh, he's a cage fighter. I don't really like that term. I'm not a cage fighter. I'm not just like. No, it seems to be branded the same as like bare knuckle boxer. Like me and like a bare knuckle boxer is completely different. So yeah, I don't really like the term cage fighters. I'm a cage fighter. Just doesn't sound nice or right.
No, because it goes back to people wanting to kill each other, is what they think, don't they, in a fucking cage?
Yeah, I mean, people who don't know about the sport, first initial reaction to that is, must like, and I get it all the time. People look at me and go, "You're not a fighter. You don't fight."
Yeah,
I get that all the time. Yeah.
You don't fit that atypical fighter look, do you? What everyone's looking for, which is, I suppose, is a bit more like me in a way. Even though I'm not trying to, which is like, you're not covered in tattoos, are you? You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So, and that's that one of like, all dead tattoos, quite big normally, like, and it's just like, yeah, it looks. I'm not. I'm not like that at all. Like,
No, yeah, that's what I like to blend in. I do like to blend in.
What's what good things happen at the gym? What can you tell us about the gym? What these
You know,
stories have you got?
I've got mad stories. It's just a mad gym full of some of the best people you'd ever meet. There's always some sort of something going on at the gym. The kids is what I could tell. The main thing what sticks out to me now. You know, I look around and some of the kids in the kids classes and some of the kids doing privates. I look at them and be like, wow. That's good. That's some of them kids have got better striking than some of the pros and stuff. I just think, yeah, that's probably what the gym's very good for. And you know, I teach a lot of kids as well, and I'm very proud of how they come on. That's mainly the best thing I can, you know, give them back. All the people that have been doing it for a while now, give them passing it on to the young kids. And that there's nothing better to see than that.
So, what ages do you teach?
The youngest kid I teach is 4. I think I've got about 2 or 3 4-year-olds that I actually PT.
What you teach?
I just teach them striking. Yeah, but yeah, 4. I've got to have patience, like, but it's great. It's good. I'm getting something out of it. You know what I mean? I like watching the kids progress. Come on, it's boss to see. It's boss for the parents to see.
Yeah.
You know, they look and they're like, wow, couldn't throw a punch 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
So because with kids that age, it's that balance between teaching them something and just having fun, isn't it? Which I don't know. You know, playing a game and actually teaching them something and doing both at the same time. Is when I've taught younger kids. I don't teach kids. I teach them English when I've taught them stuff. So, you know, it's having that balance. I found a difficult thing. I don't know about you.
No, yeah, it's hard. It's very, very hard to keep a 4-year-old's attention for an hour.
You haven't for an hour? Wow.
Yeah, an hour. But you know, I've been thinking recently of just saying it's 45 minutes long, because 45-minute long, by the time you warm them up, cool them down, you're only really teaching them for like 30, 40 minutes, and you can keep their attention. They probably get more out of 30 minutes than a full hour, 30, 40 minutes than a full hour, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, the kids who I teach, that I seem to be able to hold their attention for a while. I just give them frequent breaks, because they get bored, don't they? Kids get bored of doing anything too long.
Yeah, the younger are the smaller segments. I always put it into, if you know what I mean, when I teach things like, you know.
No, yeah, definitely.
4-year-olds, anything like, I think the youngest I've taught is 7 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good age.
30 of them. Yes, sometimes. I teach university students. Much better.
Yeah, I bet you it is.
Yeah, it's easier, like so. So, what's your balance? Because I've been talking to people lately about sponsorship and stuff like that. How do you do for sponsorship?
What was that, sorry?
The guy I was just speaking to, a guy called Nick Chapman. He's from the UK, over in Thailand now. I was chatting to him a lot about sponsorship, because he's just got a thing coming up to help people with sponsorship. How do you do sponsorship, or do you mainly do privates, or what's your balance like?
No, to be honest, I don't really push that hard to get sponsors. I'm not one of them people, me, that'll just message and ask. I feel quite, I know like other people do, but I feel quite cheeky if I message and ask for something for free. I don't think I deserve anything for free. I've never wanted anything for free. Everything I've ever got, I've always bought myself. Until I've been approached by them. and then they say, look, we can do this for you, and then I'll say, okay, yeah. But yeah, I don't. I think sponsors will just the better and the higher I get. I think that'll just come with that. So yeah, maybe I could possibly do with putting myself out a bit more for sponsors, but the sponsor that I've got now are great. No, I couldn't ask for any more. Get me meals for free off Macro Chef, and then like I've got a clothing brand, Geometra. They look after me well. So yeah, I'm happy with what I've got now. Like, to be honest, if anyone else wants to jump on, they can always send me a message and sort out the deal, sort out something with them.
Yeah, he was talking about that. Another friend of mine told me about it. How he got, what was it? In the 5 years he was fighting, he got like £250,000 in sponsors.
£250,000 in sponsors
Over 5 years.
Figure out. That's good.
Yeah, I know. And he's just developing something now for an online thing for fighters to have a look at the way he did it, because he'd go and tell them what he'd do for them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's just interested. So I'm just wondering how people go about it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I mean, I know quite a lot of people who I know message the companies themselves. But yeah, I've just never been. I've never messaged anyone and asked them to sponsor me.
okay.
Maybe I should. Maybe $250,000. I think I might start doing that.
He said before his first professional fight, he got £1,000 in sponsorship for that fight before he stepped in.
And he hasn't even had a professional fight. That's crazy.
Yeah, to go in, yeah. And in one fight, when his purse was £1,000, and he'd got 25 grand in sponsorship.
That's crazy.
I think this other guy was telling me about it. He used to go and tell the companies, "I'll do this, and this for you, and this will get this." And as in, he didn't see it as giving you some money. He tried to give them the value of what it was he was going to do for them, like, if you know what I mean. So I don't know what he done all the details. He didn't give me all the details, like, but give me the figures.
Yeah.
So I know the people.
What I think on that, if I was a company, I wouldn't really want to be spending more than like a couple of £100 on someone who hasn't even had a pro fight, because I just thought that would be like high level. But I mean, I take my hat off to him. Fair play to him for getting that.
Maybe. No,
at that level.
One of the like I was talking to Mark Godbeer, and like, you know, by the time you take your money out, you can't. Everyone thinks, because if they see you on TV, they think you're super rich, don't they? If you know what I mean. So you're fighting on TV, oh, you must be a fucking millionaire. You know what I mean? So when he brought, and I broke it down to me mates. It's like, yeah, they get like 20 grand, but at the end of it, they haven't got 20 grand. That's for sure. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I know there's UFC fighters who pick up like 4 grand and stuff. And then there's people outside of like UFC that are on like 40, 50 grand. Yeah, it's just, I think it depends a lot of who's your manager and what you've done, sort of thing. You know, I'm 5-0. I can't be demanding no 30 grand paychecks. But you know, money's never really been. I've never been like money. I don't really care about it. To be honest with you, if Cagewarrior said to me, "Look, listen, we can't afford to pay people wages because of, like, there's no crowds and stuff, but you can fight," I probably would have went, "Okay, yeah, sound. I'm not bothered. Just let me fight." That's me. That's just the way I think of it. But I know other people will be like, "Well, I'm not fighting for nothing." But if it meant another win and another fight on my record, then yeah, definitely I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, because most
until people, obviously, yeah. I mean, unless I was like 10-0, and then I'd be like, right, like I do want a bit more money now. Like, I'm surely I'm worth a bit more money. But yeah, I mean, like I just think money is one of them things that'll just come with time. Don't get me wrong, it would be nice to be on 30 grand now, but I don't think I deserve it. Well, I do. I think I do for the amount of time and effort I put into the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But on paper, fight-wise, I don't deserve no 30 odd grand.
5-0. There's a lot of people jumping straight into the UFC who are 5-0.
I know, yeah. I've seen
last two fights were exciting, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen people in the UFC who are like 4-2 and stuff.
Yeah. So you know, and not that the UFC is everything, like, but that's the benchmark, isn't it, so to speak? Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But to be honest, I've never really, like, the only other time I thought about actually getting in the UFC was at the very, very start. Like, when I very first started, I was like, I want to be in the UFC. Apart from that, all my focus has literally been on this Cagewarrior belt. That's it.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I get that belt, it'll be like, right, it may be in another fight or so, it's ready to time to go to the UFC. But yeah, I've never thought too much into getting into the UFC. It was only when my coach actually brought it up the other day, and I thought, fucking hell, I am possibly only like 3 or 4 fights away from it if I win or if I keep winning.
True.
And then it clicked in my head, and I thought, yeah, I am pretty close, like.
Yeah, if you have a good win on 25th and then win the title, that's a possibility after that, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Defend the title maybe once or twice, and then I should be there as well. There's no reason why the UFC wouldn't have me with my type of style.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them boring people that just wants to take people down and hold them and pin them and
just cuddle them for a bit.
Yeah,
that's and then go back.
That's not me. As soon as I get someone down, the beatdown's coming. I'm putting punishment on them.
Yeah, that's it. So, what's your meals like? What do you eat? You said you get meal preps. What's your diet like now coming up for the fight?
It's strict now. It's very, very strict. You know, little bit by little each week, I'm cutting calories and carbs. I've always done my own diet all by myself, to be honest. I've probably underate a lot for a lot of my fights, but from my next fight, I'm going to be working with a proper nutritionist. So yeah, I'd say my IQ of like nutrition and get myself in shape and fit's pretty good. I've always kept it to the same. No, I have had days where I know I've underate and I feel terrible in training and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna proper sit down and sort that out a bit better, just organise it a bit better. I think it's literally just eating a bit more. When I'm in fight camp, I never really, very rare I'd eat any sort of like sugar. I think literally the last time I had a bit of sugar was probably about 7-8 weeks ago.
Not eating bars of chocolate.
I don't mind it though. What was that?
Not eating bars of chocolate with Paddy, no.
No. I more Paddy, I won't do it. Especially in camp. In camp, I won't do it.
What's your go-to meal after the fight? What will you eat?
Probably chocolate. Probably just chocolate. Yeah, probably chocolate. That's my downfall. Chocolate. I could literally eat loads of chocolate. Chocolate. Because even when I go out to restaurants, I always eat pretty healthy. Even when I'm not in camp, I'll always have like salmon and sweet potato. I won't really. Very, very, very rare I'll go to a restaurant outside the camp and get like a burger and all that sort of stuff, pizzas and that. So yeah, I think I've got a good balance outside the camp. I think of eating. I don't go too far, but then I don't restrict myself at the same time.
So, food-wise, apart from chocolate, what is it? What's your thing?
Probably like KFC, I think. Fried chicken.
Or a bucket.
Yeah, a bucket or zinger meal.
Oh,
Yeah, and a Mackies as well.
them zinger burgers, do me. I love that, man.
Yeah, they're lovely, and Big McDonald's. I could eat that as well.
No, I'm not into it. I could do Burger Kings. I don't know. You're probably a bit young. There was a program years ago, a documentary where a guy ate McDonald's every day for a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I actually
Supersize me.
watched that. Not even. Yeah, I watched that not long ago.
I've hardly ate
Supersize
McDonald's.
me.
Yeah, I've hardly ate McDonald's.
Supersize me.
It's just like I couldn't do it after that. Like I've had them now and again, but not very often. So,
No, yeah, I could eat Mackies. I remember once one of my amateur fights, I didn't have a clue, just literally didn't have a clue about nutrition, refueling. I'm sure if you asked some of the lads from who's been there for the same time as me, they can tell you some funny stories about some of the stuff that I've done after weigh-ins. But one specific one sticks out to me because I remember feeling it in the fight I went. So I had my weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And refueled on Mackies. I went to Mackies and got a Big Mac and McFlurries and stuff.
Oh,
No, it's
moving round in your stomach, wasn't it, the next day?
oh mate. Do you know when I was fighting and after that fight, I didn't move away from a bucket for a good half an hour. My stomach was killing. Even I look back now and think that fight could have actually been called off with me just spewing in the cage. But I kept it down. But yeah, I went straight to the McDonald's after weighing in.
So how do you refuel now?
Yeah, I just eat what I've been eating through diet, and just try and have like chicken, sweet potato, chicken wraps, some oats. Make sure to get loads of electrolytes back in me, and fruit drinking. Yeah, just sensible, not an proper nutrition. Like could have like a steak with sweet potato, even chips. Yeah, I don't really. I'll stay away till like I'll have a little bit of chocolate, but like I'll try and stay away from it as much as I can till after the fight. Can of Coke as well. I'll have a few cans of Coke. Apparently, cans of Coke are good for hydration in small doses.
Okay.
I wouldn't just stand there neck a full can of Coke. Like I could sip a can of Coke.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had like coconut water and liquid carbs,
Yeah.
quite good and things. You know what I mean? Straight away. I mean, like straight away after you weighed in.
Yeah.
But I'm no nutritionist.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of coconut water. I love it. I drink that all the way through camp.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's quite nice here. They've got coconuts on the beach where I am now. Well, not for sale.
Just rubbing it in, aren't you?
Yeah. I used to have them in the house. At one of the houses I had, they used to have coconuts in the house. It's great, man. I used to be able to just take them. I'd have to get the ladder to get them down, like, so I didn't know I could be lazy.
So lucky.
So when some you lose some, don't you? You know what I mean? There's some good bits and there's some bad bits about it. Like everyone looks at my life and think it's just one long holiday. And sometimes it is, but it's not bad. Like.
I know. Do you know what? Everyone says that when it's there, you don't appreciate it as much as when it's not, don't they? Like you've got the beach on your doorstep. I bet you don't go there every day. Whereas I think if I had the beach on my doorstep, I'd be there every day. It's just like second nature to you, isn't it?
Now I am going for a run on the beach in the mornings. But when I live in Thailand, the beach is a kilometre away. I've not stepped since I've lived there. I've not stepped foot on that beach. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you don't like when you live there. Yeah. It's like people if you come to Liverpool and they see like, I don't know, the Lava buildings or like Matthew Street, and I just walk past and be like, oh yeah, it's Matthew Street.
Yeah. It becomes normal quite quickly. Like. So I've lived all over in Thailand, and you know, there has been times when I've gone to the beach a lot, but nowadays, when I'm back home, I'll get up in the morning, go to the gym, come back, chill out, go to the gym in the afternoon. That's most of my day. Like, you know what I mean?
That's how I want my life to be. That's how my life is now, but I'd like it to be like that in a different country,
Yeah,
especially Thailand.
that's for you, isn't it, mate? The lifestyle you've got now, you can do that. You know, once.
Yeah, I'm. I always have to remind myself of that. I think to myself, wow, I've been in a lot worse jobs and stuff when I've had like normal jobs, and then I think to what I do now, and I think, do you know what? There's just I cannot complain whatsoever. Really can't. I haven't got no one telling me what to do, what time to go on my break, what time I start, what time I finish. It's just I've got it. I've literally very lucky.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what this is for me. Is about speaking to people who do those, like, have that lifestyle, and not your normal lifestyle, not your 9 to 5 job. Who follow the
Yeah,
dreams that they've got. You know what I mean? So, and that's
yeah,
what
definitely.
you're doing, isn't it? I'd love to have been able to be in your shoes. You know what I mean? With prospectively going to, your potential as well, and see how far you can get with that. You know what I mean? And challenge
Yeah,
yourself. It's
yeah, I
that's
know.
exciting to me.
A lot of the young kids who I teach say that to me. Go, I'd love to have your job. I'd love to do what you do. And then it hits me again. I think, yeah, do you know what? I'm very lucky to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I made that for myself. I created that myself.
Yeah.
Anyone can. You've just got to put the time and effort in.
Mm. What? How do you feel after the win?
On top of the world, it's good. I think literally though, as soon as I win, my brain just switches and I go, right, what's next? Who's next?
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, that little with me, that enjoyment feeling only lasts for that night, and then I think to myself, who's next? Basically, then in the cage after I've won, I think, right, someone's next. Who is it? What have I got to work on now?
Have you do you work on stuff with your coaches for when you post fight interview of what you'll say, or do you just randomly say something?
No, no, yeah, that just comes up on the spot. That,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
So you
I
don't
don't think I could.
you
Yeah,
don't
I
have,
couldn't rehearse.
no, and your coaches don't have a name for you to say or anything like that for you to call out to get your next fight, or
Oh no,
no?
not like that. No, it's whoever I feel like fighting. To be honest,
Uh-huh.
I've never called anyone out.
Mm-hmm. What's your
Yeah, it's
relationship?
not really.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's not really something I do. I'm not all over Twitter, Instagram, or causing murder or whatever. Yeah, I don't really. I just take one fight at a time. Whoever it is, it's them.
What I was going to say now. Um,
What's your relationship like with
yeah,
something?
Cage Warriors. Sorry, fucking hell. Yeah, what's your relationship like with Cage Warriors?
Yeah, good. I speak to everyone. I have a little conversation with Dean every now and then. I have a little conversation with Matt, who's in charge of the media stuff. Um, I've got all the time in the world for anyone. If anyone ever wanted to speak to me and make effort with me, I've got all the time in the world for them. So yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, I'm on speaking to. There's no one who I've come across who works with Cage Warriors who think, wow, I really don't like you, or I don't want to deal with you, or nothing like that. They're just all nice, normal people.
Yeah, just
So yeah,
you hear a lot of things about the UFC and everything. I don't really hear anything bad about Cage Warriors. You know what I mean, and how they work with people. So I wasn't looking for dirt. I was just curious more than anything.
yeah. No,
So
yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, everyone's well looked after. Like, they're there to help. I seen the other day, Graham and Ian and that put something on Twitter saying about fighters, everything to do with fighters' medicals have to be done by a certain date. If anyone needs help, let us know. I mean, I don't think you'd see Dana White, the UFC, putting that on Instagram and saying, get in touch. And just that, just down to the fact that they've done this show in lockdown, they didn't have to do. I'm sure it's a lot of messing around.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've gone out the way for this. But yeah, you know, I can't. I literally cannot complain. I couldn't say one bad word about Cagewarriors or anyone from Cagewarriors because they've always looked after me, and yeah, I'm very happy to be there. I'm very privileged to fight on Cagewarriors.
How does it work for you about how you get fights? So you
my
manager.
Rimmer, my coach, I think we just sent like, I don't know, get offered a fight and stuff, and then, or if Rimmer thinks, I think it's, I don't know, to be honest, I've never really, it's just, I guess, sent a name by Rimmer, and we say, yeah, that's it. We don't even say no, because I've never turned down a fight. But yeah, I think it's just, I win, they look at someone, they say, they think I should fight him next, and I just fight. That's it, yeah.
Do you have many people turn you down? Or do you not know?
Yeah, do you know what? I've had quite a lot of like late opponent changes, late pullouts. I remember once I literally, throughout these 10 years, I've went 2 years without getting an opponent. Even Wesley's a late replacement opponent. I was matched to fight someone else. He's only filled in. Someone else has pulled out.
Mm-hmm. Is that pulled out?
So yeah, for the past like. What? Sorry.
Do you know why they pulled out?
No, I don't know. I think he's just well known for it. I think he's just. Don't know.
Signs.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll just leave him to whatever he wants to do. Like, whatever. It just doesn't really bother me. You know, let the people who want to fight. Obviously, Wesley wants to fight. I want to fight. I would have turned up with some sort of injury if it happened to me. But yeah, just stop wasting people's time if you're gonna pull out and stuff, unless it's a legit serious injury. I think if let's say for instance I went in the gym tomorrow and broke my hand, and like I think I'd message this Wesley and say, look, listen, this has happened. I'm not faking nothing. I'd send them a message. But a lot of these other MMA fighters are just like, I've stubbed my toe, go in the fridge, I'll pull out of my fight. But yeah, I'm not like that. I know another lad as well who I was meant to fight a few months ago. He injured himself and he sent me a direct message on Instagram as well, explaining, look, he showed me his injury and stuff.
Who would you like to fight? If you could fight anyone.
Who would I like to fight? Probably someone like Jose Aldo. Yeah, just to say I've fought him, and like, yeah, that would be a good fight. Or Jack Cartwright.
Oh yeah, for the belt.
Yeah, yeah.
You know him?
No, I don't know. No, obviously, we've seen each other at shows and stuff, but like, I haven't got no beef with him or nothing. It's just as soon as he leaves Cagewarriors or whatever he does, I wouldn't mind training with him or anything, because he's good. Do you know what I mean? I love training with other people and sparring with other people who I don't spar with. So I think if Jack was in the UFC and I was in Cagewarriors, or whatever way round, I'd like to have Jack as like a training partner. Just because he's at a high level, and I'd say I was as well. So it's just nice to be able to go to different gyms and spar different people and stuff.
Do you like going to other gyms, or do many people come to Next Gen?
Yeah, quite a few people do come to Next Gen. Yeah, I've sparred quite a lot of people. I haven't really travelled around as much as what I'd like to in the UK. I think that's something I'll look on doing outside the fight camps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love sparring new people, and and not knowing. I think everyone in the gym knows what everyone's going to do and what everyone's strength and weakness are. You know, I'd love to turn up to a gym, say like in London or Scotland or Birmingham, and not know no one and not know what to expect from anyone. I like that. It's like a bit of a thrill about it. It's the closest thing to fighting that you're going to get.
Yeah.
No, if I could, I'd literally travel around 7 days a week, sparring different people in different gyms. It's only gonna be better for me.
Favourite day sparring and have it every day, yeah.
Every day. I used to do that as well, like years ago. Like, every single day I'd spar.
How many hard sessions to sparring, John?
I only have 2 now. I only have 2, but for quite a long time I did do 6.
6
day.
hard sparring.
Yeah, 6 very hard sparring. I'd do 2 Thai boxing sparrings a week, 2 MMA sparrings a week, and 2 just boxing sparrings a week. And the boxing sparrings was in boxing gyms. It weren't in my gym.
Yeah, boxing gyms, they go hard, don't they? The sparring in boxing gyms.
Yeah, especially when boxers know you're an MMA fighter. Yeah, definitely. It'd be the same for me if a boxer come into the MMA gym. I'd just take them down or I'd just leg kick them full force. Let them know.
Yeah, I suppose so. I was thinking about that, about training, going here to the boxing gym or something, and I thought, they're just going to smash the white guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, you will come across some divvies, some absolute divvies in gyms.
Yeah, in all fairness, in Thailand, most of the time people are okay. Most of the time it's quite playful sparring.
Yeah, that's what I noticed in Thailand. No one, I think it was in Thailand I tried to go a bit harder and they were like, no, nice and light. And then I was like, okay, yeah. But I remember the very first day there, because I'm just used to hard sparring. I'm just used to hard. I don't really ever go light in sparring unless it's like it's coming up to the very end of fight camp. But yeah, most of my days sparring in the gym are very hard. It's a fight.
Yeah.
So it's just ingrained into me to spar hard.
Yeah, when doing Muay Thai, because they fight every week, they don't spar hard because they fight all the time or every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So they'll just play when they spar.
Yeah, I remember someone saying that to me.
Yeah, because
they can't afford to spar hard, can they?
No, it's how they make their money, and they don't make a lot. Like,
yeah,
the early days they'll be like 20, 40 quid. You know what I mean?
Really? Is that what they get per fight? 20, 40 quid?
It depends. Low level ones, yeah. So
it's not, is
no,
it?
No. So and then like I was lucky to train at this gym in Toonsong and Paranchines. It's just a rich guy. He had a gym in his house, and he like kids, and then he trained them to be Muay Thai fighters. He had like Lumpini champions and everything as coaches there. I trained there for a month, and it was like crazy. You know what I mean? That's all these kids did, train all day from like small. And he went to Samui once and brought a kid back with him, to live at his house so he could train, because he looked like he was going to be a good fighter. You know what I mean? That's the lifestyle all of these have, like, and they're fighting from 8, 9 years old.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's just, you look at some of the little bastards around here and they're out throwing stones in people's windows and stuff.
Yeah. Is it bad around where you live?
No, it's nice around here. It's quite, it's good. It used to be a few years ago, but couldn't tell you the last time like anything happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a nice area, West Derby. That's where I live.
Okay, cool. So, going just over an hour. Anything else, Ed?
No, I think we've covered a lot of stuff, haven't we?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's been a good little chat. This.
Yeah, it's been nice chatting.
I prefer chat like this where it's not just all fighting.
Yeah, Yeah, I want to know what you're like as a person. You know what I mean? That's one of the things, and give you time to. My thing for this is give people time to let people know who they are and how they go about their lives and what they think about their lives and things like that. You know what I mean? And show the other people that you don't have to do that normal life. There is other ways for it, like So.
Definitely follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. Literally, I left school with nothing. I wouldn't even say even now I'm in like some big, like I'm not no big celebrity or nothing, but I'm happy just doing what I'm doing. Even if MMA all came to an end tomorrow, I'd still be very proud of what I've achieved, coming from what I've come from, sort of thing. So yeah, it's just I just try and let people know that you can do whatever you want. If I could do it, then anyone else could.
Yeah, and everyone's locked into how much money you earn, isn't it? And for me,
it's just
about how much you've got in the bank,
No, definitely not.
Don't get me wrong.
Definitely not.
And I can't afford to eat. I'd be feeling a bit different about it, but you know what I mean. My lifestyle is more important than anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I've always said, I don't want to have like the flashiest cars, big mansion. I don't care for none of that. I just, as long as you've got like a car, a house, and you're doing what you love every day, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And it still feels like a hobby to you, or does it feel like work?
Yeah, it feels more like a job now. But it's a very enjoyable job. Doesn't feel like it. It's not like a job. It's like I don't see it as a hobby. It's not something I do for like fun. I do it because this is my life now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very, very lucky that it is.
What advice would you give a young kid that's coming through for training? What advice would you give who wants to get into MMA?
Just stick to it. Just stay at it. Like I said earlier, get comfortable in the uncomfortable positions. Look after yourself. Don't take drugs. Don't do nothing. I've never took a drug in my life, and I don't think it's no coincidence that I've never took a drug in my life, and I've never had an injury. Touch wood. I've never had nothing that's actually put me out for more than 2 weeks. I've never had nothing like that. So stay away from all that stuff. Choose your mates carefully and wisely.
Yeah,
And your bird.
And your bird, yeah. How long have you been with the girlfriend?
Yeah. It's coming up to a year now, but you do need a very supportive girlfriend, I think. I've had girlfriends in the past where they've just been like, whatever, I'll just order a waffle while you're dieting. I'm not asked, but I can't say enough about the page I'm with now. She literally does diet with me, and we'll go out and she'll be like, oh look, I found you something, like a 10 cal gel, something with like low calories and stuff like that. She'll come in with hand wraps and stuff for me. She doesn't really know what she's buying. She'll just see hand like box and fist protector things, and she'll get it and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very lucky and very grateful for her as well.
Wicked, mate. Thanks very much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
No worries, thank you.
Can't wait to see you get on the 25th.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for taking your time as well to speak to me. I appreciate it. It was good, that.
Wicked, mate. And hopefully next time in Liverpool I'll catch up with you then.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, 100%. Let me know.
Will do.
Thank you, Russ.
If you come to Thailand, just hit me up, man. If you
definitely, I will do.
All right, see you later.
I will do.
Care, good luck.
Bye. See you soon. Bye.